Hey everybody! In this month's Gel Press video, I am super excited to introduce you to a brand new product. This is an awareness ribbon gel press, super unique. It's in the Petites line and is a very special type of plate. What's interesting about this plate, as opposed to the other Petites, which are all solid images, is this is not a solid image. It has little open spaces where the ribbon folds over itself. And that is a very exciting development, and I hope that that means that more things like this are coming. Because I find that super interesting that they were able to create this plate with those little gaps in it. It's really neat. So I'm just applying paint directly to the plate, just like normal. This is sized perfectly for a card front, as you're about to see. And I thought that, especially for the month of October, these ribbons signify hope. I thought that maybe a little sunburst, rays of light across the top of this image might be fun. So I have it set up on an acrylic block, and I'm just going to stamp that down. And then I'll show you close up what those amazing little rays look like. It's such a fun detail. I love it. Now I'll repeat this process a few times with a few different colors and some different texture tools. And you can see all of the looks that you can get with this versatile little plate. So much fun. You know, I love bubble paper, so I had to do the bubble paper. This is such an easy way to add texture. So great. I'm switching over to a blue palette, and I have the same quinacridone magenta, but then I have phthalo blue green shade. I prefer the golden open paints because I can choose transparent paints out of the line, and I just love transparency in gel printing. So I will do the bubble wrap again so that you can see how that looks, and it didn't get all the way printed, but you can see through the block, so it's easy enough to line up and fix my mistake. So now I will use the Holy Trinity. I will use all three of these colors. The yellow I'm using today is an Indian yellow. It's a very warm yellow that I love. I will bubble wrap this again. You can see where my previous printings were because that shape is preserved in the bubble wrap. So I'm just going over it in the same place because I'm hoping it might transfer some paint. So look at that fun rainbow look I got on there. I just think that's phenomenal. Now I have my 5x7 gel press set up here, and I'm going to add some alcohol ink on top of one of these prints to get an overall pink look for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Look how great that is, so bright and fun. Now this is Pink Ranger alcohol ink. And I will repeat this process. You've got to work fast when you do this because it does dry on the plate. But this time I'm just lifting texture. So now I have the textured alcohol ink I can add on top of one of the prints. Isn't that fun? So grungy. You'll see close-ups of all of these at the end of the video. Now I'll add a little bit of paint to one of the previous prints, just a thin layer of yellow to warm up the previous print. Still got a pretty brayer cleaning sheet. Gonna lift a little bit out of there with the bubble wrap as well. And then just to keep my hands clean, that open paint can be a little bit sticky. I pulled a print on top of that. Love that polka dotted background. It's so much fun. One last with the pink ink. This is just a finishing treatment. It adds so much to your prints just to go ahead and cover them up with a layer of color. Makes the other colors more intense and vibrant. So there's a ghost print. So here's how I made them into cards. Head over to my blog for more information on this awesome new press, and thanks so much for watching.